Completing a law degree is an achievement, but for anyone aspiring to practice law in Nigeria, getting your LL.B is just the first half of the journey. The Nigerian Law School, or NLS, is the actual gateway to the bar. But honestly, it's a completely different playing field from studying law in the universities. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're breaking down 5 realities, very crucial facts that every aspirant must know before getting into the Nigerian Law School. These aren't necessarily tips, but they're just facts, foundational matters that you have to bear in mind if you want to succeed at the Nigerian Law School. In another video, we'll talk about tips that can help, but for now, we're just going into realities about the Nigerian Law School. So let's get into it. The first reality is there is a shift from substantive to procedural law. While in the university, the focus was on law concepts, law topics, doctrines, and rules governing different areas of law. That was the substance of the law. But in law school, the focus shifts entirely to how to use the law. What's the procedure for enforcing the law? And this is where you get the vocational training to become a lawyer. It's now less about philosophies, talking about theories, what this philosopher said about this topic, and the loopholes or the lacuna in his or her theory. It's no longer about dealing with the theories or philosophies that govern, say, for instance, contract law. Now, in law school, we are looking at how to draft the exact clauses that will be in a contract agreement, in a lease agreement, or the procedure for filing a motion in courts. This is the practical aspect of the law. So to meet with this reality, your strategy should be not to focus on writing long academic notes because nobody's looking for that in law school. Your focus on Nigerian law school should be on precision, mastering your drafting skills, and knowing the rules of professional conduct in and out. That's what you're looking at the Nigerian Law School. The second reality to have in mind if you are looking to resume at the Nigerian Law School is that there is a heightened discipline on appearance. In your undergraduate days, your faculty must have had regulations on dressing, but law students usually know how to tweak this a little and get around the law, but not so at the Nigerian Law School. Across campuses, there seems to be varying measures of enforcement, but overall, there is a heightened level of discipline or enforcing the rules governing dressing. So you must be on your regulation wear, which is black and white, corporate attire. For the ladies, it could be either black shirts and white skirts or a black dress. While for the men or for the males, it's what's always been black shirt and white trousers. Certain types of jewelry may not be accepted, and you'd get familiar with this when you get to your specific law school campus. In any case, there's a strict regulation wear policy at the Nigerian Law School. Some campuses would allow for formal native wear on the weekends, others would not. So when you know your campus, you'd familiarize yourself with their specific rules and follow it strictly, because failure to comply with these regulations often attracts queries and some disciplinary actions, which can pile up and sometimes even cost you writing your exams. So your strategy should be to start preparing now. Get your wardrobe ready, corporate wear that meets the basic requirements of legal decorum. Here's reality number 3. The volume and velocity of work at the Nigerian Law School is very tasking. It's true that it's always been tasking from your year 1 as a law student. There's so many things to study, so many things to remember. But at the law school, you don't have 5 years. You have less than a year to cover procedures that cut across 5 major aspects of law practice. That is a lot. So there is no such thing as putting off the work to do it later. You don't want to be that student that waits till weeks into the session or months into your time at the law school before you start preparing for your exams, for the bar finals. You want to start as early as possible, even before you resume, if possible. Reality number 4 is that the grading system is much different from your time as a law undergraduate. There's a common understanding or widespread understanding that the Nigerian legal education system at the law school is not the nicest. In many circumstances, your final degree it appears to be graded by your lowest score or your lowest grade in the courses that you've taken, and not the average as is normal, as we often see in the normal CGPA system in the university. The implication of this is that you cannot give all your attention to a few courses or what seems to be your favorites, hoping that you get the best grades on those. Leave behind what you think is the most challenging for you. That could cost you a lot. You have to share your attention and focus equally across all 5 courses. Every course, every topic requires equal dedication. You have to be balanced to succeed at the Nigerian Law School. Reality number 5 is that collaboration is a survival skill at the Nigerian Law School. Many law students went through their undergraduate days going solo and they did fine. But that would be very, very difficult, if not impossible, at the Nigerian Law School. You need a study group, or at the least a study partner, to go over drafts, memorize, practice drafts together, to memorize principles and relevant or related authorities, and just to be stimulated while preparing for your bar finals. To isolate yourself at the Nigerian Law School is not exactly a smart decision. So find a study group, not just any study group, but one that's actually serious, one that's efficient, that shares resources, and they test each other's knowledge. At a point in the Nigerian Law School, you'd feel the overwhelming effect of the bulky coursework. Then you would really need somebody, a study partner or members of your study group, to keep you going and not give up. And that's basically it. 5 things to know if you're aspiring to resume at the Nigerian Law School. The focus is different, the rules are strict, you need collaboration, but it's not something that's impossible to do and definitely not impossible to excel at. So if you want more tips on excelling at the Nigerian Law School or as a law student in general, stick around. Please subscribe to our channel and turn on your notifications so that you do not miss our videos when we put them up. And we'll see you in our next one. Thank you.